5 combo.
It was a tough shot with the combination. He was trying to make the 1 or the 5, either one. If
9 in the corner here.
All right, he's called the 9 in the corner.
He won't make the 9 over there.
But he's got to call it. We've seen players in qualifying last couple of days not call that 9 ball. All right, we'll be back to 1 in just a second. Back to the women's table.
Thanks, guys. Over here on table number 2, Nestle O'Hare at the table. She had the break in this game, and she's still at the table, though.
Yeah, she just made the 4 ball, and now she's got to come around 2 rails to get on the 7. The 8's sitting on that rail up to your top right. That's what I was wondering what would happen with that 8, and I think that has put her in trouble. Because now it depends if she can squeak that 9 ball to play the 7, she'll be okay.
I think she can. Yep.
She can, okay.
See if she gets out far enough for the 8.
She did, she's fine. She can try to slow roll this in and hold the cue ball for the 9 in the side, or she can try to come around 2 rails.
And good speed there. That was one time you saw good speed by Nestle. She's calling that in the side pocket just to be safe. This will even the match. Nestle O'Hare gets it back to 3 games apiece in this race to 7 against Kerry Hartsfield. And back over to the men's table. On, Alan.
All right, C.J. Wiley at the table, and he's had some work to do, but he's done it perfectly.
Got a nice setup on the 8 and 9. He made a nice jump shot earlier to set up this run out.
And as C.J. Wiley takes aim on the 9 ball, he does get it and ties this matchup at 3 games apiece. C.J. Wiley coming up with 2 straight games, and here's that jump shot.
He gets behind the 8 ball, but he jumps right over the 8 and pockets the 3 ball on the side and brings the cue ball back down table for the 4 ball. It's a great shot by C.J. Wiley.
From the ESPN Club on Disney's Boardwalk, this is the Ultimate 9-Ball Challenge. We'll have more in just a moment.
Join ESPN for ATP Tour Tennis Magazine. Focus in on the style and personality of one of the world's most popular sporting circuits. ATP Tour Tennis Magazine. Only on ESPN. Turn on ESPN all season long with Kart FedEx Championship Racing. Superstars Zanardi, DeFerrin, Fittipaldi, and others vie for racing's top crown on ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. ESPN presents Profiles. It's every fighter's dream to knock out his opponent. Sometimes I feel bad, and other times it feels good. Sometimes it hurts me to see an opponent laying on the mat. But it's my job. My job is to knock them out, win my fights, and to come out ahead.
Final 10 seconds for Cesar.
Wow, it's a 540 disaster revert.
Disney's Boardwalk at the Walt Disney World Resort is a visit to a time gone by. Stroll along the boardwalk and enjoy a variety of dining and entertainment opportunities. The ESPN Club offers the ultimate in sports viewing for fans of athletic competition. Whether you enjoy football, basketball, soccer, or hockey, the ESPN Club offers you front row seating to all the action and fun. You never know when your favorite ESPN program will be broadcasting to the folks back home from the ESPN Club on Disney's Boardwalk.
ESPN's Ultimate 9-Ball Challenge. Mitch Lawrence, Dawn Hopkins with the women. A strong break there, Dawn.
Yeah, and she has a nice open table, too. The 1 ball, she has a beautiful shot on the 1, the 2. Everything seems open. The only thing would be the 5 ball along the rail.
And we have seen Nestle come up with the last 4 games. She was down 3-0. It's taken the last 4 games in a row, a seesaw battle.
And you can tell in her attitude walking around the table, she doesn't seem as tentative as she was before. All she has to do is roll this up a little bit, leave herself straight in on the 3 in the side.
Started playing pool in college to pass the time. And spent a lot of time practicing to get to this point on the tour. And speaking of practicing, one of the things that Nestle uses, elephant balls, practice balls. They are the official practice balls of ESPN's Ultimate 9-Ball Challenge. And right now, she's making all that practice pay off.
Yep, and here's the key point. She wants to get straight on the rail up above the 5 ball, which she did perfectly. She's going to be reaching a little bit over the 6 ball, but that's okay. She doesn't need to do anything fancy here, just pocket the ball because the 6 is out in front of the corner. Now, frustration on her face right there. She can't seem to get through the rack, and I know that's on her mind.
It's got to be hard when you're kind of depending at a certain point for someone to make a mistake as opposed to just taking charge and going ahead and taking the whole rack.
And everything is wide open for Kerry here. She has a good angle. If she follows it, using a little bit of right-hand English, going 1 rail over below the 8 ball. She's trying to think, okay, where on the 8 do I want to be to get back down for the 9 ball?
Got to watch out for that 30-second shot clock.
Oh, she decided to come on the other side of the 8. She has a very nice angle here. She just needs to make the 8 ball either, just roll it up a little bit and she's going to be okay.
She plays this down in the corner. The natural roll of the ball should come down to the 9. There it is.
Yep.
And a nice ending to this rack for Kerry Hartsfield.
Yep, she still has a little cut here. She still has to come with a little bit of a shot. It's a close match, and she knows how important it is.
We saw her miss one of these earlier. Not this time, dead center, and she breaks that run by Nestle O'Hare. Nestle had the break. Kerry gets the game, 5-4. Sorry, 4 games apiece. Tied in a race to 7. And back over to the men and C.J. Wiley at the table. On.
All right, C.J. has tied this up as well. Last rack, a little trouble for Tom Kennedy.
Catches a bad break there, scratches in the side pocket, sets up C.J. for a run out on the 8, and then gets down tail for the 9.
And it was almost as fast as that quick cue look at it. C.J. Wiley got to the table and looked very confident. And now, even better for him, he's got the break. Got 1 ball.
Made 2 balls on the break, Lon, and he has a shot on the 2 ball. 2 balls down here by the 5 ball.
Yeah, that 5 ball, is that gonna squeeze him a little bit?
No, he's okay. He's got looks like he has a full pocket for the 2 ball, but he doesn't have much of an angle.
Yeah,
that's right. Unless he can't make the 2 past the 5 ball.
I think that's the problem.
It's hard to tell from up here.
I want to let you know the Q-Tech is the official cue of the ESPN Ultimate 9-Ball Challenge.
Extension. Let's go play a combination here. He's going to play the 2-5 combination.
Ask for his 1-time extension.
And that was a tough shot. That was a very difficult shot. Apparently he couldn't make the 2 ball past the 5 ball, so he was forced to play the cuffs.
Make the 2 ball past 5 ball.
Now we know that for sure. He couldn't make the 2 ball, so
Extension.
played the combination.
Now Tom has already asked for his 1 extension. They get 1 per rack, 30-second shot clock, and they do get 1 30-second extension.
Again, it is very thin. He's got to hold the cue ball for the 3 ball. And they're very thin and come up to center of the table.
Got it.
Nicely done. Great shot. Now Tommy's got a nice table here.
Had to hit it very thin. Here it is
Notice how
again.
thin he hits it. And he also puts left English on the cue ball, comes up and hits the 4 ball, so he has position on the 3. Great shot by Tommy.
Tom now on the 3. Well, you know, when he gets an opening,
Yeah.
he knows what an opening is, and he knows exactly how important it is.
Well, CJ caught a bad break after he broke the ball,
Right.
not to have a shot on the 2 ball, and then that's part of 9 ball. There's nothing to do about it. Now Tommy will draw the cue ball over to the side rail. Oh, he jumped up off that rail. Jumped right up on the ball. Right up on the shot. And he got lucky because CJ really doesn't have a shot on the 4-ball. You notice the 8-ball is by the side pocket. So he can't bank the 4 unless he plays a combination bank, which I doubt he'll do.
Can he go into the corner?
CJ's probably going to play safe. No, the 5-ball's in the way. So he can't cut the ball in. The 9-ball's in the way of the bank.
The bank, well, that's what I was wondering, the bank on the other corner.
He'll play a safety here. And put the 2-ball behind the 6-ball. That was a nice save.
4-ball behind the 9-ball.
That was a good shot.
Back here in just a moment. This is the Ultimate 9-Ball Challenge. We'll have more in just a moment.
You want boxing champions? Main attraction has it all. This is a battle of the champions. Australia's own Kostya Touchdayer Rafael Ruelas, a super lightweight title elimination. Miguel Angel Gonzalez and John Molina, plus Luisito Espinosa and Guti Espardas. See it all live from the USA. Sunday, August 16, starting 10:30 a.m. Ring 1-300-300-666. Book now.
Survivors, sexual misconduct. The bushfire. Bare-faced
Tom Kennedy now at the break, trying to tie this matchup. He trails 4-5 to C.J. Wiley, the #1 player on the PCA Tour. Tom Kennedy, the 1992 U.S. Open champion, lives here in Florida.
Notice last time he scratched on the other side. This time he made sure he didn't scratch. He's made 3 balls, 4 balls on the break.
Amazing.
And he has 3 balls on the break, and he has a nice shot on the 2-ball. But notice the 4 and the 8 along the bottom rail. He's going to have to deal with that later.
Well, he'd rather play 6-ball than 9-ball. Here's the break.
Notice how he gets his body into it. He makes 3 balls on the break and has a cut shot on the 2-ball in the side pocket. And they'll bring the cue ball back down table for the 3-ball. Now he's going to look to see if he can make the 4-ball without going into the 8-ball. So he'll play the 3-ball nice and easy. To give himself an angle on the 4 because he has no choice. And look out.
Can't go too far. He's got to worry about that 8-ball.
He came too far.
Yeah.
He cannot make the 4 there. Now he's going to be forced to probably play the 4, 2 rails in the side, or kick at the 4 and try to make the 8.
What room for error there was just about an inch.
And, oh, boy.
He's left CJ a shot on the 4 in the side.
But CJ's going to have to do something here. He's going to have to hit this with high right-hand English and bring the cue ball back down table for the 6-ball.
So he wants to spin the cue ball to your left as you look at it. And he does.
Nice shot. It's a nice shot by CJ. Got an angle on the 6 to bring the cue ball back down table for the 8. Tommy gave this game away. I mean, he had a chance to tie the match up.
Speed. Again, we talked about speed. This is their first game on this felt. And C.J. Wiley seemed to have figured it out.
That was perfect speed right there.
Yeah.
There's a nice angle on the 8 coming out 2 rails in the center of the table for the 9-ball.
Well, what both of these players have learned, if you give the other guy an opportunity, they're going to barge down the door. And C.J. Wiley has come up now with 3 straight games, and he leads 6-4. He's on the hill in this race to 7. Let's go back to the women's table. Mitch and Dawn.
Thank you, Lon and Alan. There was a little bit of an unusual incident happened over here at this table on the 3-ball.
Yeah, the 3-ball was hung in the pocket after Kerry shot it. And what happened is Nestle got up to shoot, and 3 seconds had gone by. Oh, good shot, Kerry.
She'll take it.
And 3 seconds had gone by, and the 3-ball fell in the pocket. So what they had to do is get the tournament director to spot the 3-ball back where it was, and then Nestle would continue to shoot. It didn't count because the 3 seconds had gone by.
So Kerry Hartsfield at the table. We're tied 4 apiece over here on the women's table.
She was trying to play a safety, and she hit it too fat and left Nestle with a shot. But she actually lucked in that 6 ball, so... Bridge.
She needs the bridge over here, Nestle. Nestle on the, shall we say, diminutive side. Sometimes needs the bridge where some taller players might not.
Diminutive side.
Diminutive, yes.
Not short, just diminutive.
Exactly. Both these players told me earlier that they stuck with Poole. Nice shot there. We'll finish that story later. We've got C.J. Wiley about to break on the men's table, up 6-4. Lon?
C.J. could win it all with this shot, with a 9-ball roll. Fortuitous as he might want it to be.
Look at here. Look at the 1 ball.
And he hangs on to the table.
Okay, the 1 is
balls.
right next to the 9. He may play the 1 ball cross-side, play Kishin on the 9 into the 4.
All right, Nestle O'Hare with a shot on the 9. Mitch?
Just made a nice shot on the 8 Lon and has this 9 to take a 5-4 lead. Which she does, dead center. 5-4, Nestle O'Hare. She's 2 games away from winning this match. Back over to the men. CJ at the table.
CJ played a kiss shot onto the 1-9, made the 4 ball, and made a nice shot on the 1 ball in the corner now. Notice the cue ball here is going to bring the cue ball back down table for the 3 ball. Low right in English. And
he missed
it's
it.
an easy shot there. He figured to make that. He's trying to juice the cue ball back down there for the 3 ball. And now he's giving Tommy a chance to get back into this match. Tommy has a nice shot on the 2 ball. He'll be playing the 2 ball with a lot of left-hand spin so that he can stay down table for the 3 ball. Won't be hitting it too hard either. Nice and softly. Oh, it went into the 3 ball. That's playing it safe so he doesn't have to worry about the cue ball coming too far. So now he has an angle on the 3 ball to come toward the center of the table for the 5 ball. Cue ball should come up past the side pocket toward the center of the table.
CJ has been able to overcome his mistakes up to this point. Now, as we get closer and closer to the end of this match and this race to 7, the mistakes are magnified.
I didn't like that shot. He didn't come far enough, and that, unless he can make the 7 ball on the side, he might call the 9 here. I don't know. He might draw the cue ball into the 9, or he's just going to play the 5 and then play the 7 next. Play the 5 in the corner.
Just bring the cue ball back a little bit.
There he goes. He got a double kiss. That was a nice double kiss there. If he didn't double kiss, he would have had a really tough shot on the 7. But now he has a... This is still not an easy shot because if he catch the point here and the 7 could bobble out. And notice his bridge. Hand over the 9, trying not to touch the 9 ball. Great shot.
Yeah. He kept that cue ball right there.
I have no problem with this when the 9 ball's close to the corner. He'll just hit it in. Oh, wow. Took it for granted there.
Absolutely. Tom Kennedy breaks the streak of C.J. Wiley, and it is now 6-5 C.J. We got a tip for you brought to you by Elephant Balls.
When you hit a cue ball below center, the cue ball first spins backwards, then it slides, then it rolls forward. You can see that when I shoot this practice cue ball. See, right about there it was skidding. Now, if I had hit an object ball at that point, the cue ball would stop dead. That's the stop shot. Let's try it with an object ball. Remember, the key is to slide the cue ball into the object ball. Then you get stop action. That's the stop shot, one of the most vital shots in pool.
The studios of Walt Disney comes the biggest family event of 1998. Exclusive to the movie network, 101 Dalmatians. With an all-star cast including Jeff Daniels, Jolly Richardson, Joan Plowright, and Glenn Close as the wicked Cruella de Vil.
Puppies are not for sale.
And 101 of the cutest puppies you'll ever meet who are in a spot of bother.
Did you get the puppies?
Affirmative.
It's the greatest rescue story ever told.
She did steal the puppies. Catch those puppies!
101 Reasons to Watch. Coming in August, Disney's 101 Dalmatians, exclusive to the movie network.
Saturday,
on Odyssey's Living Edge. The males violently shake the branches. Discover one of the rarest, most endangered species of Japan. A troop, usually 30 to 50 individuals, forages through snow-laden slopes who survive winters by bathing in hot spring waters. Only reprieve from unrelenting winds and sub-zero temperatures. Lives of hardship and happiness. The Snow Monkeys on Odyssey's Living Edge, Saturday at 8:30.
Welcome back to this table. Table number 2. Nestle O'Hare at the table, up 5 games to 4 after that great elephant balls tip.
Yeah, she's got a touchy shot here. She's reaching over the 8, and because she is diminutive, it's not easy. So look out for that side.
Oh, boy, and that is key.
Yes.
What a huge miss.
Key.
Up 5 games to 4. Let's carry back in this game.
If she didn't have to reach over the 8 like that, she would have had a lot more control over the cue ball. She's not very happy. Kerry gets ball in hand. She's just going to drift down below the 8 ball. She wants to leave an angle on the 8 ball so that she can get back down for the 9. Don't get too straight.
Is she going to have a tough time getting from the 8 to the 9 here?
No, she shouldn't have a tough time at all. She's actually perfect. Just use a little low left-hand English. Come out 1 rail.
There it is. The 2-rail waltz. And boy, is she lucky right now. Feeling very fortunate, gets it back to 5 games apiece after that miss by Nestle O'Hare. Let's go back over to the men's table.
C.J. Wiley at the table. Tom Kennedy scratched on the break, sunk 3 balls, and now C.J. has a chance to win the match.
Definitely, Lon. He had ball in hand with 6 balls on the table, and if you don't get out then, you don't figure to win the match, and CJ's going to make sure he gets out here. He'll play the 8 ball in the corner and bring the cue ball 2 rails towards the center of the table for the 9 ball.
Tom Kennedy can only sit and shake his head, knowing what might have been. He would have been the David to Goliath here in this ESPN World Open. C.J. Wiley on the 9 ball to win his first match of this season's challenge, and he does with a 7-5 win over Tom Kennedy.
Deserved it. Come on.
Take a look at the break of Tom Kennedy.
He scratches in the same side pocket he's been scratching, and that's a tough break for Tommy Kennedy. And he made 3 balls on the break. Notice the 7 spinning in the side pocket, the 2 ball going by the corner, giving C.J. ball in hand and a chance to win the match.
Well, congratulations to C.J. Wiley. Good match from Tom Kennedy. Let's go back to the women's table, finish that up.
And this is obviously a pivotal game. One of these players will be on the hill after this game. Race to 7 here in Orlando, trying to move on in the Ultimate 9-Ball Challenge. Good play by Nestle, trying to hide the cue ball behind the 4.
Very nice, very nice. The only thing she didn't like about it is she left a window for Kerry to kick at. If she had snuggled up to the 9 ball, there wouldn't have been that window, and Kerry really would have been in a problem. But this is a fairly easy kick. The 3 is on the rail, so she can actually hit the rail first, and it makes the 3 ball fatter.
And what you were talking about happening before just happened. Off
That
the
6 ball. I knew that 6 ball was going to be big.
With so much play around that pocket, and with the ball so close, something you've always got to watch out for. Here's a look at it. A good hit on the 3, Don.
Yeah, she wanted to hit more up on top of the 3, but that's what happened. Now Nestle has to play really good position here because the 4 is surrounded. Great shot. Now just come out 1 rail. The 5 is right by the side. She doesn't need to do anything fancy.
And a good shot there. We've seen both players miss shots like that in the last few games.
Okay, now just clearing those 2 balls off the table. Look how everything now is wide open.
And then there was light.
Yeah.
Let's see if she could take advantage. This is the kind of match where I would imagine it starts feeling kind of like you're in mud and you just got to fight through it, and somebody's going to be left standing and somebody's going to sink.
That's right. And as the pressure gets on in the end, sometimes all of a sudden one player will just kick in and start to play perfect right at the end of the match. Maybe they're getting used to the condition, you know, the being out under the lights and the cameras. Look out for that 9.
See if it sneaks by, and it does. When you hold your breath.
Okay, she can either draw back over 1 rail and leave it straight on the 9, or she can follow it up with a little bit of left-hand English.
Looks
whatever
like what
she's more comfortable with.
Boy, any time it's hitting any part of that pocket.
She's had a little bit too hard.
Yep, she said more cut shots. There's been a lot of them, there really have. And this one,
extension.
For a 6-5 lead, she asked for an extension.
She wants to watch out for the scratch. Great shot, right in the center of the pocket.
Beautifully played. A pressure shot by Neslie O'Hare. She's got a 6-5 lead. She is on the hill. We're at the ESPN Club. Glad you're with us. Come on back.
Saturday, July 25. And the
scratching in the side pocket, a big game. Neslie up 6-5 against Kerry Hartsfield in this race to 7. And the last thing she wanted to do, Don, was get Kerry back to the table.
That's right. Kerry just has to stay in line. She's got a nice angle on the 6. She just has to slow roll it over. Get straight on the 6. It's a good shot. Now she wants to bring the cue ball back down. She wants to draw a little bit because she needs to get a fairly... Oh, no, actually, she would like an angle on the 7 ball because the 8 is at the other end of the table on the rail. So she doesn't want to draw it back down to get it straight. Just leave it right around where it is.
And boy, all those thoughts, again, talk about it.
Ow.
A lot going on. Neslie wants it to come off that rail and give her a shot. It's going to have to cut this pretty good to get it in.
This is a very makeable shot. The only problem is the thinner you cut an object ball, the faster your cue ball is going to travel. So she has to watch the control of the cue ball because she's remembering that scratch that she had. Oh, that might have ended up really good because the 8 was in a lousy position to get back for the 9. Now it's in the middle of the table, which is much easier to get back for the 9.
And a nice shot there, and this is what Neslie wanted, at least to be at the table, up 6-5. Wins this game, she'll move on. Kerry Hartsfield will go back to Everett, Washington, after having some fun at the Disney's Boardwalk. See if it catches the point, and it did not. If it had caught the point, that might have been tough. But Neslie O'Hare on the verge, taking this match. Stretched out and makes the 9. Neslie O'Hare will move on. And an interesting match between those two as Neslie wins 7-5. While Neslie takes that cue apart and gets ready for her next match, we're going to show you our Q-Tech super shot of the day. C.J. Wiley with this jump shot makes that ball, comes around, gets good position, and he went on to win 7-5. So, identical scores on both tables. C.J. Wiley wins 7-5. Neslie O'Hare wins 7-5. Two great matches. We're glad you've been with us in Orlando, Florida. For Lon McCarran, Dawn, and Alan Hopkins, I'm Mitchell Lawrence. We will see you soon.